Om Shanti. Very good evening and happy holiday time. So, today's topic is word power. I think it's very common that we use a word, right? For any communication, we use a word. So, let's see what is a word power. So, let me begin with a small story. So, most of you are aware about Thomas Edison, right? A very well known character who invented the bulb, right? So, when he was very young in his school days, one day he got a letter from his teacher, and teacher said that give this letter to your mom only, you cannot read it. So he said okay, and he gives his letter to his mom, and mom opens that letter, reads it carefully, and there were tears in her eyes. So Thomas asked, what's written in the letter? Why you have tears in your eyes? And immediately the mother said, your school teacher has wrote a letter saying that you are genius child, but this school is too small for you. So we cannot have you in the school. So please teach him by yourself. And next day onwards, his mom start teaching him instead of he going to the school. And that's how he grew up. His mom became his teacher. And one day, because of the serious illness, mom passed away. But in few years, we all know that he comes with his invention of bulb. And when he was going through one Sudhakar bhai, lights red. So one day when he was going through his mother's stuff, he found the same letter what his teacher had given. So with the excitement, he opens the letter and he reads through it. And to his surprise, what was written in the letter was, he is mentally disturbed child and the school cannot support such children, so you have to take care of him. So when Thomas reads up that letter, he was so surprised that my mom told me that I am a genius child and the school is so small to take care of me. And today, when I'm reading through the letter, it is completely different. But that shows us that if I use the right word at the right time with the right attitude and feeling, it can change someone's life. Instead of saying a genius child, his mom captured true thing at that time. But his mom didn't wanted him to feel bad about him. Her vision towards him was so elevated that made him become such a good person in his life, right? So that indicates that whatever the words either I speak, either I write, has a power in it. And we all are experienced of it, right? Some or the other way. So let's see what is word power. So word power is it's the ability to effectively use the language to communicate ideas, thoughts and emotions, right? When we are studying also, we have seen different languages and each language communicate in a different way. If it is science, it has a science terminology. If it is any kind of language, it has a different meaning to it, right? And at the same time, when we use that language in our day to day life, there are emotions attached to it, right? Starting from our morning, if we just use the word good morning, it brings smile on our face, right? But sometimes when we don't wish good morning, people start thinking today he or she didn't say good morning. Even just using that small words makes a difference in my life, right? So developing strong word power is essential for effective communication, right? Can positively impact various aspects. It could be education, it could be professional life, anything, or a personal success too, right? With the words, what I can do. If I am using the right word with the right attitude at the right time, it can become blessing for someone, right? Especially when children are going for the exam and they are going through so much, what we say, no, you will be successful, you will pass it. And that word helps that child to overcome the fear. So that becomes the blessing for someone. Very much opposite to that one. If the words are not used in a right way at a right time, it becomes curse, right? And that's why we see that when any word spoken by saint or someone is what? It's very much valuable. We say it's the version spoken by saint or someone has so much value than that is shared by an ordinary person, right? But even my words can become like saint's word too. When when I have what I'm going to share to someone is implemented in my own life, I can share it like as a valuable words or the versions to someone. The words you speak will become your reality, right? And that is why what we share, it has to be first implemented in my own life. Then I will be able to share it with an authority and say to someone. Otherwise, it just becomes a literal knowledge, right? A bookish knowledge. So, what here we are trying to do is what I'm going to share has to be my own life, part of my own life. Morning itself, when the child wakes up, and if I start saying, you are amazing, you are cheerful, you are great, what happens? Those are encouraging word to someone, right? Even not even a child, for adults also, when we say that, what happens? It encourages me, it motivates me, right? If we keep saying child, you can't do this, you don't have capacity to do this, what happens? The child becomes nervous, right? Even for the self, think about it. Sometimes we also think, I don't think I can do it, I can achieve this. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to give that negative energy to myself through those words. If I'm using the words which will motivate me, it will change my entire life, right? So you can see, if I say someone, you are amazing, what happens? It just brings smile on someone's face, right? So my word should be how? It should give happiness to someone, right? Not if I say something and someone get upset, then what happens? It creates a bad impact on it, right? So the words can make someone smile, right? It's my own responsibility to make myself smile and make others smile, right? So, how I can do it? By using good words, encouraging words, right? So, words can uplift as well, right? If someone is going through so much in the hospital, what do we say? Everything will be fine. You will recover soon. You will come back home soon. Why do we say? Those words gives energy to the patient who is going through so much, right? So my word should be what? It should be uplifting to someone. Not only to someone, let me start with myself. Whatever the words that I'm using for myself, are those uplifting to me, right? Use the positive word for the self. Words can make people think differently than what they are, right? If I call your sister, what's your name? Sorry. Vani, Sister Vani, right? If I meet her for the first time, but her glowing face makes me happy, how I will say, Sister, your face is so glowing. It brings a happiness in the room. How she will feel? Happy about me, no? Because somebody is looking at me as my glowing face, but I am not able to look at that, right? Completely changes the perspective, right? Sometimes we are not able to see our hidden potential, but someone can share my speciality and my potential comes out. Right? Very common thing when people go out and sometimes they wear some kind of outfits, right? Which are not that great. Immediately someone points, what are you wearing? This doesn't look good. What happens immediately? The person will start thinking, am I doing something wrong? Right? Just a simple word changes the entire environment. So there are few tips for effective word powers. First, most thing is choosing the right word to convey the precise meaning, right? Not to use too many words. Sometimes, just simple thing. If I have to step out, what I will say? I'm going to step out at this time to do so and so thing. But sometimes we say, I am late, I cannot do this, how I will reach at this time, I have to go and do so and so thing, then I have to finish. Meaning, simple thing, I am putting too many words to convey. But simple words, less words conveys the right meaning, right? Second thing is clarity in communication to avoid misunderstanding. The words that I am using is to communicate, but I should use the right word so that there is no misunderstanding created. Sometimes people say that person, if I tell this thing directly to that person, is not going to understand. Let me put it in a different way. But that different way might create a misunderstanding in that person, right? So, whatever I want to share, I have to share in a way which will not create misunderstanding in other person. Third thing, no taunting words, right? Sometimes the words that I used feel like, why? Why so and so is telling me something like this? You could have told me directly, right? Why in front of too many people you are trying to taunt me, like, using that kind of word? Especially not spreading news or the matters which we haven't seen through these eyes, right? Lot of time we hear something and we keep telling to someone else. So what I'm doing, I'm trying to spread that things or the news through the words, but while doing that activity, if the right message is not conveyed, what happens? If you remember the childhood game that we used to play, we used to call Chinese whisper. If you remember that game, we will stand in a line. The first person will whisper something in my ear. Then it continue to the second one, third one, fourth one, and a fifth one. When the last person comes and we ask what was the message was there in the first one's ear, it will completely sometimes different. What happened? Because the one message was passed from the second to the third to the fourth one. Everyone hears in a different way, and then they put it in their own words. So when they put it in their own words, what happened? The right message was completely vanished, right? So same way, if I get to know some news about someone or something, if I have watched through my eyes the right thing, if I know, I can put in a right word and convey. But somebody told me something, then what happens? I also put some spices of my own and communicate. And by the time it reaches to the original person or the final person, it completely changes its own meaning, right? Another thing, not to speak about anyone's weaknesses, because when I am sharing anyone's weakness through my mouth, what I am doing? I am radiating kind of a negative energy. Instead of uplifting that person, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to bring it down that person. So if I know someone's weakness, I should go directly and talk to that person instead of, sharing in the group, talking to the bigger people, right? This especially happens in the friends and family and in the offices too, right? When we are working with the colleagues and all, right? When we see somebody is not behaving in the right way, we started talking about that person to 10 different people. What exactly I'm doing in that case? I'm not conveying the right message to the right person at the right time, right? But instead of that, I'm spreading his weaknesses to 10 different people. And at the end, do not use the useless words like impossible, busy, I can't do it. Those are negative words because as we saw in the beginning, the word itself has a bigger impact. Either the word that I speak can become a blessing for someone or it can become a curse for someone. So, what words I am using, it could be for myself or it could be for someone else, right? If I keep saying I am busy, I'm never ever going to get time for myself. But instead of that, replace it by word easy. I am easy. Do not say it's impossible, but it say I am possible. I can make it. When I use such a positive affirmation or positive words for myself, I am uplifting myself. I'm energizing myself to move forward, right? So these are the few things that I have to be considerable when I'm using my words in my day-to-day life, right? Not to use negative words, not to share anyone's weakness, or not our own thing also. I need to find out the best way that is working out for me. In this organization, I learned this slogan, and this is such a beautiful slogan that is speak less, speak softly, speak sweetly, right? Only use the words those are necessary. And when I am sharing it, share with the authority at the same time with the sweetness, which will touch someone's heart, right? And so softly that somebody can even understand it, right? And slowly. So when I speak, okay, the other party is able to absorb what I'm trying to share. Sometimes some people have an habit, they speak so fast. I have to tell, okay, can you wait for some time? Let me get it, what you are trying to share, right? So when I'm speaking, slowly, sweetly, and softly. A very important thing. Trust the vibes more than words, right? What I'm sharing, as I said, right? Each and every word has attitude, emotion, and feelings attached to it. Think about it. Whatever the day to day general thing we are doing it, that communication is perfectly fine, right? The mundane task what we are doing, for that the communication is okay. But when we are in a group, when we are at a function, what all I am communicating, what all I am sharing, it has a bigger impact on it, right? It creates the vibrations around it. Very nice quotation that I came across and it touched my heart. It says, if speaking kindly to the plants help them grow, imagine what speaking kindly to humans would do, right? And there was an experiment done on it. There were two plants put it there, and one man was asked to water those two plants every single day. But the condition was when he waters one plant, he is supposed to say, you know, very lovingly, you will grow tomorrow, you will have fruits and flowers on it. And the other one, the other plant, say some complain words. Why I have to plant water the plant every single day? Why anyone cannot do? I have to do every day. And this experiment was done for 10 days. You know what happened? After 10 days, the plant which was lovingly watered grew up well, and the plant which was watered with the complaint died. See, even the plants can feel the vibration and the energy when we are around it. Same way, even the human beings can experience the feeling and the vibration by the words that we speak. Right? And a very well known quotation, a tongue has no bones, but it is strong enough to hurt someone. Choose your word carefully, right? What I'm speaking through here can win someone's heart, and it can break someone's heart too. So, what I would like to do, win someone's heart or break someone's heart, right? In this organization, I learned another thing that always keep in mind is when I'm using my words, I would like to win each one's heart. That means I have to pay lot attention to my words when I'm speaking. If even though sometimes it happens that we are right, but the other person is not trying to understand, and I have to prove that this thing is wrong. But I have to be really mindful when I'm trying to prove that thing, even though I'm right. So there comes humility. With humility, I need to prove the thing that is right, not being too bossy or with an authority. I am right. What will happen in this case? At that time, I'll be able to prove my truth, but I won't be able to win the heart of the other person, right? So when I'm trying to prove, I have to be humble enough to prove it. So that, in Hindi, it said that सांप को मारो तो सांप भी मर जाए और लाठी ऐसी की ऐसी रहे, है ना? When you are trying to, cut off something, your stick still remains and you can cut off also. So when I want to prove my truth also, I prove in a nicer way so that it touches the other person. There are two things. One is the previous one, what we saw is here, by my words, I'm trying to disturb someone. But now, next is, no one else's word can disturb my inner self, right? I have to be mindful. People around me could say something bad, but I shouldn't be absorbing those energy within me. If I take that energy inside me, what will happen? It will disturb myself. And when I am disturbed, what happens? The first thing it comes out is through my words, either arrogance or anger, right? And it impacts my body as well. You must have observed that when my state of mind is not good, it is directly shown through my body and through my words. So, making sure I am not disturbing others through my words, and I am not going to take anyone's words which are going to disturb my inner world. A nice example: don't be a parrot in life. Why? Because parrot keep talking a lot. Be an eagle. A parrot talks too much but can't fly high. But an eagle is silent and had the power to touch the sky. So when I am in my own silence, using less word to communicate, I can have good achievements. I can do big wonders. So there is a different power, that is a power of silence, which is beyond the words. When I save my words, I can have more power. That is why it is said, use less word when it is needed, not to use too many words. And that connects to my thought power. Word power connects to my thought power. They both goes hand in hand. How? When I have good thoughts in my mind, whatever the words I'm going to speak will be good, right? At the same time, when my state of mind is not good, my words are not good. And when I'm using bad words, what happens? It impacts in my mind, right? And there will be another storm inside. Afterwards, when I'm using it, sometimes I may not realize that I use some bad words, but later part, when I realize, it disturbs my mind. It creates lot of negative thoughts within me, right? So when I use right word, it gives me power. When I will get the power? When I have my thoughts under my control. And how do I get the thoughts? Thoughts are in my mind, right? So first I have to become the mastery of my mind, and then use my word in a worthwhile way so that my communication becomes better communication, right? And this all we can achieve through meditation. Meditation helps us to calm down, cool down my thoughts. My quality of thoughts increases through meditation. And when my thought quality increases, my word quality increases, and hence increases my word power. Right? Okay, so let's experience that now. If you have any question, maybe after meditation we can take it. Okay, Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Let's sit in our self respect that I am the king of myself, the ruler of the self. I, the point of light, sitting in the middle of the forehead. is the master of all the sense organ, subtle and physical. Mind, intellect, and sanskar are my three faculties, the subtle organs. Through my mind, I create positive and powerful thought. Elevated thoughts, beneficial one. My mind is my best friend. My companion. Always obeys my order. It creates the thoughts only which are powerful and positive. Through these thoughts, I can send good wishes and pure feelings to all my friends and families, to the entire world. And with this thought, I create very powerful vibrations around me. Whosoever comes in contact with me can experience these positive vibes. When my mind is so powerful, my intellect also helps me. Whatever the decision I make is righteous, is beneficial, and helpful. With this knowledge, my intellect becomes more clean and clear. My intellect allows me to discern, allowing me to use the right words, at the right time, with the right attitude and feelings. when I use my physical organ mouth to speak those words, sweet words, that brings happiness to myself. My words help others to uplift themselves. My words bring smile on others' faces. My words are encouraging to others. I am using words. Those are only positive and meaningful. My words are becoming blessings for others. I am able to communicate the things in a right way, and that helps to create me a nice relationship, a strong relationship, a loving relationship. Let me continue this practice. Now onwards, I will use only few words, and I'll speak sweetly, softly. No matter anyone is saying anything, it's their mouth, it's their word, it's their attitude. But I am master of myself, king of myself. I will only use right words which will show path to others, which will bring happiness to others. My words will become blessings for others. Not absorbing any negative energy, but to those even who are insulting, who are complaining, I am sending my good wishes and pure feelings. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. I hope you all got an essence of it. But if you still have any question that you would like to ask, you can ask now. Anyone from here? Are we good? Yeah, now you can unmute and ask.
If someone keep insulting you and keep using the rude words to you, how can you treat that person? Just keep quiet and silent, and that person will think that we are dumb. We don't understand what they are, like they will keep doing it to make you down. So how can you treat?
So if someone keeps telling you something, right, or insulting you,
Right.
that's their way of thinking. But your way of thinking is different, right? If you just look at yourself from their way of thinking, you will always see that I'm insulted. But if you think that person doesn't know, and that is why you should give them a good vibration, have sympathy for that person because he's not aware of what he is doing it, he or she is doing it, right? If the person is aware of, will not do the same thing again and again and again. There has to be a realization, but since that person is not having realization, is continuing to do that thing. But because of that, I am not going to lose my temper. If I'm going to lose my temper, what is going to happen? It is going to affect me. First of all, it will affect my mind, my thought, and the secondly, it directly goes to my body. And in today's world, we have seen lot of people going into depression and all. What it is the same thing because the whatever is happening around me, I am taking into consideration with a different perspective, right? And everyone has their own thinking. A person might think in a different way, B might think in a different way, and I am thinking in a different way. To me, something is right, but for someone else, it is not right too, right? Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay, was there something in chat? Good. Okay. Okay, so we'll keep practicing this thing, right? Using right word at the right time with the right emotions and attitude, right? Very important. My attitude is to bring smile on everyone's face. If I have that aim in my mind, whatever I'm going to use will definitely bring smile. But if I think, you know what that person is going to think about it, I don't know how he's going to react. If I keep thinking, that means I am not sure about what I'm supposed to do, right? So it is better that I go with an aim to be positive, then I'll find everything to be positive around me. Oh, Om Shanti. Nice question.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti is I am peaceful soul. It's my own identity. So when you come to Brahma Kumari's organization, the very first day you will learn about self and who am I? I am not this body, but I am a living energy within it. And the innate quality of that is a peaceful. And that is why everyone is looking for peace around, right? Shanti is a Hindi word which means peace. I am peaceful soul. Okay, what is the other one? How can we avoid the negative self talk? So, use positive affirmation. Instead of saying that I can't do it, I can do it. I have the potential to do it, right? And in this organization, I learned one more thing that always made me so safe and secure, which says that after my identity that then comes is the identity of the Supreme, whom I belong to. I belong to the Supreme. He is the Master, Almighty Authority. He has everything, He has all the powers. So, being His child, I have everything with me. So, I can do anything, right? So, giving the positive thought to the self, I am the child of Supreme, I am the child of Almighty, then everything is fine. That will lead you to positive conversation, self talk. What was that? Okay. Okay. I think that's all good, right? Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make a short announcement that today was the last session for year 2023. We are going to enter into new year soon. So next Tuesday, even though there is one more Tuesday left in 2023, we thought of let's give you some time to enjoy with the family, come up with some newness, bring newness. So as soon as the January calendar is ready, you will get notified till this year end. All the public sessions now over. Okay.
Thank
Wish
you so much.
very, very happy New Year and a Merry Christmas. Have fun time, family time, right? Enjoy. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Om
Thank
Shanti.
you.
Thank you.